Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of Starbench 2 Night of Doom. But wait, didn't we save the world? That's a little better. Hey everybody, welcome back to Starbench 2 Night of Doom. In the last episode, we saved the world from the night. In this episode, we're going to begin the bonus episodes. There's only going to be two. And I'm just going to explain what they are. So this first episode is going to be dedicated to seeing how Night of Doom changed their levels from Starbench 1. And the second bonus episode is going to be showing the different updates for Night of Doom that have come out since the one that I beat, 1.0. I played on 1.0, which is the one that most people play, but Brodude has made 2 updates for the game, which I will show. So, let's just begin with Starbench. So let's talk about the levels that Brodude changed, because not every single level was changed. So let's look at Course 1 to start off here. Course 1 was originally called Water Wally, I don't know what he's trying to say. So let's see how this level began. So obviously there's no quicksand. There actually was originally sand here. This is supposed to be sand. That's pretty interesting. You can pretty much see all the parts. Brodude actually moved these pillars around. Oh, well, there's a giant blanket in the way. No, okay. So Brodude actually moved these pillars around because this isn't perfectly lined up with this wall. But you can still walking up here. It's just that this is made star specific, so you can't actually get the star. But you can walking up here, as you just saw. I think there's a toad that tells you something here. Like, hello? Dude, you will not get the star now. Beat the big bomb at the top or else you will not get it. So, yeah, Brodude kind of punishing you for not playing the game intended. That's the only time I think he's ever done this, something like this. Here you can see this infamous hill. You know, this thing has been changed. Platforms are wider. The wall kick section actually has, like, flooring, and you're not punished too hard for messing up. I'm still bad, though. There's only 8 red coins in the level. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's still this pipe at the top, but there's no grading here. So we can just head on into the pipe. And, yeah, there's the King Bob-omb. And on Star 6, there's a wing cap here. So that's pretty much the main change. So you can pretty much see that this level got a lot darker, a lot more sandy, and it had a wing cap in the original level, which it doesn't have in Night of Doom. The boxes were a Night of Doom thing. This path here was actually not just to some red coins. It was just to straight up a star. And the opening in the side of the tower is completely gone. So that's how this level was changed. You can see some similarities like that. There's still a ledge, but this level was changed pretty drastically. Alright, now let's look at the next level. Next up is Mushroom Cliffs, which was changed to Frozen Mushroom Cliffs. You know, pretty basic stuff here. There's this was actually one of the harder levels to compare and contrast because it's upside down Night of Doom, but you know, as I just run through it real quick, see if you can kind of recognize some things. You know, see if you can just kind of recognize certain parts. You know, there's the bridge section, some platforming. He changed this level a lot, you know, in Night of Doom. So yeah, that's pretty major thing. Yeah, there's not really much I can say about this level because he turned it completely upside down. You know, I can't, like, my mind can't really correlate some of these sections to what they would be in Night of Doom. Although you know, I have, like, ideas for what they could be. There's not really much to say about this part. So yeah, you know, there's that. You know, there's all these sections, you know. I guess I can take this warp to show you a bit more of the level. Yeah, there's not really much I can explain here. You know, there's a bridge over there, if this interests you. Pretty sure this was the hot wooden bridge thing that we love so much. You know, the windy bridge. Everyone's favorite. And I died. Well, that sucks. Alright, that's pretty much all I can show on this level. On to Course 3. Here we have Folly Baytown. Some pretty simple stars, you know, let's just go in there. Pretty much the same starting section. The flowers here are the same, they're still star chekkas. This level actually still has the weird 100 coin thing where if you get in certain parts, the game soft locks. You know, this, okay, cool one, bro, cool. Cool blanket, dude, because the sun is in the way. Well, awesome video, Pluto. You have to fucking adjust the blanket on your monitor every single level. Anyways, yeah, there's that section. There's no star over there, though. This part is supposed to be... This is supposed to be the climb up to, like, I think it was star 3 or something. I think you'll probably recognize it when we get over here. Yeah, it's this part over here. It was this climbing section. You know, so this thing. Obviously, he made the Endless Sea into a giant quicksand abyss. You know, that's one thing he did with this level. It's the main thing he did with this level. The star's over there instead of behind the thing. The platforms in the water are still there. You know. Pretty simple stuff, you know. He didn't do too much with this level, really. Well, too much in terms of, like, drastic changes. You know, he just kind of made it doomy. You know, the town's still, you know, there's still a platforming section in the town. There's actually a pipe that takes you to the other side, rather than having to, you know, walk over there. You know. There's a path up here somewhere. I don't actually know where it is, though. I don't remember. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for this level. Pretty simple changes. You know, this level wasn't changed that much, but it, like, the changes that were there definitely changed a lot. Made it one of the hardest courses in the game. So, yeah. Alright, here it is, yeah. So, this is the path up the roof. You know, it's basically the same thing, but with less quicksand, less dump shards. You know, you put more boxes here. You know, there's more places to walk on. You know, he put a building in between this and this building. Yeah, and then this roof is the same. And this isn't quicksand. Alright, that's pretty much it for this level. Alright, so actually, I want to bring up the first pretty key difference. And it has to do with where the Ouija phase level is located. It's no longer for... Night of Doom changed quite a few things, and one of them is where the Ouija level is located. There's no secret entrance to it in Course 5, and there's no pipe at the top of the overworld that takes you to Ouija. So instead, he did something a little bit different. So I'm just gonna hit the switch. Bam. Alright, so we put the switch here, which you can use to head over here, which you can use to jump over here. Bam. And there's a fake box here. I think that's like a fly guy or something. And there's a wing cap up here. And you might see that house and you might think, oh, metal cap level. But for anyone who's played this game, they'll actually know that this isn't actually Ouija in the original game. And here it is. So this level actually has some pretty major differences in all the versions of Star Revenge. The Redone and Redone 2.0 didn't change this level really at all. It's basically the same thing. Although it's smaller in Redone 2.0. In every single update, he made it smaller. Instead, Night of Doom implemented is based on the one from Star Revenge 1, the original. So none of these textures are quicksand, but in Star Revenge 1, all the textures that aren't, I think it's black, are quicksand. So, you know, this level had some pretty big boy changes that made it into the piece of garbage that is anti-Ouija. But that's pretty much all you need to know about this level. Nothing too special. Alright, now for Course 4, Snow Mountain Resort, where this is another level that is pretty similar. Although in Night of Doom it's supposed to be like melted. So it doesn't have like, so this is normally all like water and stuff. This is actually, this slide here is a water section in Night of Doom, but it is just like a slide there to a star. Not the red coin star, just a star. That's pretty cool. This level, you know, still a nice level. They didn't really have its theme changed at all, besides being melted. It's kind of like Course 7 from Extreme Edition. You know how that level didn't really change from its original one, besides just becoming scarier. You know, all this stuff here. Pretty cool, you know. This slope, you know, a lot less lava on this level, at like the top and stuff, but, you know, none at the bottom. you know, this platforming section here, which was normally just death. You know. But it mostly affected, like, the upper part of this level, really. That's mostly what he changed. You know, like, this section's a lot harder in Night of Doom. You know, and then there's this bridge here, which, you know, he mostly worked on the upper section. That's pretty much all you need to, all that Brodut really did. Which is, pretty interesting. You know. But that's pretty much all the changes in this level. Nothing too major, nothing... It was changed enough. It wasn't exactly the hardest level, but it was changed a fair amount. Yeah. So yeah. Also, you might have noticed the HUD is basically unchanged from Night of Doom. So yeah, that's the thing. Hey look, it's my favorite course. High Sky Canyon. So this level's pretty much just as linear. This level didn't really have a lot of major changes, just kind of made it harder in general. Nothing too cool about this level, really. The LOL's basically the same, only put a pipe there so you don't have to like normally climb it. The pipe is more based on... The LOL star is more based on the Starvent 1 version, or the original version, not the redone version. Because the Night of Doom is based on the remake of Starvent 1. Not the modern remake, it was the original remake, which came out in 2013. So yeah. It's copyright 2013, as said on the title screen. It's pretty... Not really funny because it's true, but I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. So yeah, there's actually no warp anymore that takes you between parts. You just kind of climb up the level. You know, there's these boxes. You know, this bridge is not as broken. You know, it's still a broken bridge, but it's not nearly as broken. Or rather, not filled with quicksand. You can actually stand on this part, and here's the castle. It's climbable, you know, there's all the good stuff. There's still this jump, which is awesome. Everyone likes this jump. Bam. And of course, everyone's favorite, the piano cave. So this is actually you can actually stand on this, so it's easier to find. And he actually did not change any quicksand, he just changed the platforms. It actually is quicksand in the original, so yeah, that's pretty interesting. No entrance to anti-Ouija there, so nothing really to note there. So yeah, that's about it. So we're actually done with Overworld 1 because Brodut didn't... you might be wondering about some levels. We'll go over some levels later on because he moved them. But let's talk about 2 of them real quick. Actually, I did miss a level, so I'm gonna go back for that, and it's the slide. But that's okay. I'll go back for it when I'm doing some stuff. I'll go back for it after I'm done with the journey, the slide level. So he put this weird bridge between Overworld 1 and 2 that you need the wing cap for. But the wing cap levels and the Bowser levels are completely different in Night of Doom, so I'm not going to show them. Night of Doom doesn't really have a designated wing cap level, just has a level with the wing cap in it. So, yeah, let's go over that. So let's go over the levels here. Starting with Course 6, which is a very hard course to compare to its original, because, well, Brodut completely changed it. Volcanic Caves. So this level was a giant cave. Not exactly what you might expect. You know, well, a giant lava cave instead of a giant water cave. You know, it was a very linear level, just a giant, just climbing section. There were it was a mazy level when it came to the shell ride section, but it was never deliberately a maze. It was just kind of a bit complex to try to map it out. That's pretty much the whole level, really. You know, there's the giant tower section. You know, the level's all built on top of like 2 or 3 rooms. You know, so that's the thing, or like 3 or 4 rooms. Yeah. So like this is like the upper part of one room. You know, it's very hard to compare and contrast because it's so much different. There would eventually be a tower and it actually had a boss fight on it instead of a cannon. So you know, some of it's completely different. I actually want to show off this room because this is the one room I can actually recognize. And this is the dark room from Night of Doom. It actually was originally a dark room. So yeah, it even had like the same gradient effect, only it was red. So yeah, you know, there was stuff in here. I'm actually coming in here because I want to transition this into the Metal Cap level, which is also in Course 6, not in the overworld. And you might recognize this one. Yep, that's right. Bowser's Old Domain was originally the Metal Cap level. For some reason, Star Revenge 1 has a Vanish Cap stage, but Star Revenge Redone does not have a Vanish Cap stage. It technically does, but there's actually no Vanish Cap in the game. So yeah, this is just Bowser's Old Domain, you know, only, you know, easier. So yeah. I guess while we're talking about, you know, cap stages, I'll go to the slide next, because I did, after all, skip it. He put a bunch of metal caps in this level, but as you can see, normally there aren't any on the climb up, on the toxic part. So, you know, he definitely changed that part of the level. Yeah, this level was pretty bad originally, but he made it so much worse. But that's what you love about Night of Doom, right? He makes your favorite levels garbage, and he makes the bad levels even worse. So then you go into the metal cap here. There's not really too much to show you here. You know, lava bouncing section. Still purple lava, actually. He didn't really change the colors this level at all, or like any of the textures, which is a little weird. There's a shell here instead of boxes that take you into the metal cap, you know. And this section's basically the same as Night of Doom, 5 secrets, only you're actually given a wing cap to elongate the metal cap timer. That's about it for this level. And by the pure power of Star Display, hey, it's a slide level. So this was originally the Sunset Slide Mountain, you know. There's not really anything too interesting. There was no quicksand on the original slide, you know, that's nice of him. Although what the original slide did have was a boss fight. So let's just go over to that. It was pretty much the same platforming section, only easier to get to the boss fight. I mean, if I can, you know, if I can get to the boss fight and I don't just fucking die forever because I'm bad. Let's just look at the boss fight because it's really annoying, you know. I did it, but I hate the boss fight in this game. This Womp fight, it's a Womp. Spoiler alert. Not like anyone hasn't played this game. I mean, I don't know, maybe someone here doesn't know. Why am I choking these boxes, dude? This is the same guy that beat Night of Doom. He can't climb boxes. Alright, there you go. That's how you do it. And then just, you know, he made a lot of these platforms bigger. He made them a lot less awkward to traverse. This is actually the reason why this was a slippery level in the first place, because it was made of ice. Cool, I guess we're not seeing the Womp. Whatever, it was just enemy spam. It's like, it's on the tiny little donut platform. That's about it for this level. Nothing too interesting, so yeah. And by the power of Star Display once again, hey, it's Course 7. Oh boy, this level. So this level was super simple. There's nothing really interesting about this level in the original version. It wasn't until Night of Doom and Redone 2.0, and even like the short cameo and Remnant of Doom, this level actually had anything interesting to it. There's nothing interesting here I have to show you. There's an endless maze, you know, there's the, you know, I guess I can show you this tree section, because that's the coolest part of the level. It's also the hardest part of the level. This is probably one of the hardest platforming sections in the game, you know, so I just want to show it off, you know. It's tricky, to say the least. Alright, cool. Well, I don't know how that happened. This level, like, if you actually care about Course 7, I mean, we cheese it all, I know, but, like, there's nothing interesting there. Let's head into a course that we did not cheese, so, yeah, I'm just gonna walk over there, because no point in not doing that. Yeah. So let's head over to Course 8, which is the last normal course in Overworld 2 that wasn't completely fucked, and I'll, you know, talk about that. So, Sandy Pyramid Canyon. This level was actually kind of simplified from its original version. It has all, like, you know, your favorite sections, including, you know, like, you know, it was, you know, there's, like, no pipes taking you from section to section. There's a lot of pipes and stuff in Night of Doom because, you know, there was actually no transitions into all these sections. This level obviously has a lot less quicksand. There's still quicksand, but it's a lot less. There's still the giant ring, but now there's actually a visual cue for the shot. You know, there's still a cannon here, but I don't think you actually needed a Bob-omb Buddy to open it for some reason. I don't really understand that choice, but, you know. Once you got all 5 secrets, the star actually spawned in here, so, yeah. That's pretty cool. And there's this 5 secret section over there, you just got a glimpse of it. And I might as well show you these wall kicks section. Also, the un-Triforce was just a regular Triforce, so... You know, that's about it. Nothing too cool in this level. Alright, cool. Well, my ground pounded. That's cool. That's normal. Alright, so I haven't really gone over the overworlds, but this last one is the least changed. It's basically the exact same overworld. So, you know, let's just head over into course 11. Your boy, Alphabet Athletics. So, this level's kind of weird. I've spawned in on star 1, so no stars are going to be in this level. You know, there's still, like, you know, some good sections, you know. It's recognizable in some aspects, but at the same time, this cue's normally at the top of the level, here's at the bottom. You might remember that broken star that I mentioned that was, like crying and stuff? That's actually in this level. There's a warp to it on the S, and by taking the warp, you're able to, like, why can't I think of it? You're able to fly around the level to find the hidden Zatar thing. So yeah, that's about it for this level. It's a very simple level, you know. You didn't really change this one too much in Night of Doom, just put a bunch of quicksand. This level doesn't have any quicksand textures, so yeah, that's about it. You know, there's this climbing section for some reason to go up here. This doesn't exist in Night of Doom. And there's an LOL, because everyone likes one of those, right? So yeah, that's about it. Bye, Mario. Double dead. It's a hot day, so just try to ignore the sun glare, please. I can't have a blanket around my head. Let's go to Rainbow Drugs, or like Rainbow Way Galaxy. Alright, so this level was also upside down in Night of Doom, so I can't really show you it that much. Where you spawn Night of Doom is a fully fledged star. There's actually a star under the beginning, and I think that was turned like the other galaxy's top or something. There was still some ice, you know. Well, was there ice in Night of Doom? I don't think there was. There was the mysterious magmatic mountain, you know, that was upside down. So yeah, it's pillars instead of like hanging ceiling logs. And yeah, that's again, not much to say here. I'll just walk through the level and see if you can recognize any of the section. If you can recognize some of these parts, you know. This climb section, you know. This part you might recognize as the part with the red coin that we cheesed. It was the last red coin I got, number 15. And there's cannon shots over there. There's that platform. Oh, well, bye Mario. Yeah. Again, upside down level, hard to compare. Goddamn, the sun glare got kind of insane, so I'm gonna put the blanket back on. Yeah, I game over, that's kind of a problem, so, you know, let me get back. Alright, so there's one last level I need to show from this game, and it's a bit interesting. Because this level wasn't exactly in Night of Doom, but it kind of was, so let's take a look at it. If you memorize this platform, this is actually Destroyed Star Boulevard. So, the original level had this concept where there were 25 red coins, and you're moving at double speed, and your goal is to collect all the reds and get the star. This is Bowser 3 in this game. It's Bowser 3, kind of. He put another Bowser level in, but it's actually course 15, but it's the one with the final boss fight. This is called the final trial, I think. Yeah, the final trial. So this is supposed to be the last thing. As you can see, double speed platforming in Night of Doom wouldn't be the most fun thing ever, but yeah. So that's pretty much what this level is. Alright, so we're pretty much done with all the normal stuff, so let's just go over the overworlds real quick. There's not really too much of these overworlds. They still have the same signs. They're structured in exactly the same way, you know, the usual, what you would expect. Overworld 1 doesn't have Bowser's old domain anymore. because that level is the metal cap, so that's something. You know, the overworlds aren't too interesting, they're just Night of Doom, but without the Doom. Well, Overworld 2, you know, takes some time to get to. I'm gonna talk about, something a bit more interesting, and that is the levels that aren't in this game. Or, well, like, are completely unique Night of Doom. The Bowser levels are completely unique. The Vanish Cap, well, no, not really the Vanish Cap. The Metal Cap's completely unique. There's a lot of completely unique levels, and it makes you wonder what could happen, you know. If you want to see those unique levels, Google them. I don't really feel like showing them because I don't really have anything interesting to add about them. Just know that they exist. Yeah, World's pretty much the same. No, what's the same? Now that we've shown all the ones in Starvenge 1 redone, let's go into some other games and see their Night of Doom levels. Well, this is a hack, isn't it? The original Starvenge. All that you need to know from here is, this monstrosity. Oh god. This overworld. So if you don't know what this overworld is Space Memories from Night of Doom. He made this into a level. Ooh, this is yucky. Just look at this thing. This is an abomination of nature. Like, what the fuck? Alright, I'm done being disgusted. This overworld's really bad. It shouldn't exist. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. I'll just walk around it generally. That's pretty much the only thing different about Starvenge 1, you know. Besides, like, the fact that it doesn't have many stars. Yeah, Broder added a lot of stars into these hacks. Starvenge 1 only has 100 stars, and Starvenge 1 redone only has 106 stars. And the demo of Starvenge 2 to the Moon only has 21 stars. So, you know, not a lot of stuff here. Yeah. I should probably mention that the blue tower with the cannon, that was actually anti-Ouija, so that's pretty neat. That's pretty much it for this overworld. I mean, it's disgusting. It's Space Memories. It actually has doors. You know, it actually has entrances to the levels. I find it interesting that Brodu did this with the overworld, because if you look at the other overworlds, they're basically the exact same, but this overworld's in such a drastically different style, it really makes no sense. That's pretty much all you need to know about Starvenge 1. The last game in our little Starvenge adventure is the Starvenge 2 To the Moon demo, made by Brodu, of course. This, if you remember, courses 13, 14, and 15 come from this game. However, I need to open up with a bit of a complication, and that is, and it has to do with course 15 in Night of Doom. That's course 4 in this game. The thing is that course 4 doesn't exist in the demo, and by using Star Display to hack to course 4, it's just Cool Mountain. So, unfortunately, we can't see a beta version of course 4, but we can see courses 1 and 3, which are courses 13 and 14 Night of Doom, starting with Retro Grassland. So you see a lot of stuff, you know, this should already be familiar. I should mention that the hole in the sand star, number 6, that's actually, there's nothing like that in this game. This level overall has a very simple structure. The whole point of this level is just that there's this pipe, and it takes you to 4 different sections of the level. So, you know, there's the starting area, and then this takes you to the ravine near Star 5 in Night of Doom, which is Star 6 in this game. Then you can head back in the pipe, which takes you to the section that the pipe would take you normally in Night of Doom. And then this pipe would take you to the red coin star in Night of Doom. But you can actually just walk around this level. There's nothing stopping you from just walking around. The only pipe that you actually need to take is the one that takes you up. So this one. Because this takes you higher up in the level. And you can already see some resemblances. There's flowers, which actually have a different texture for some reason under them. You know, there's, you know, this climb. Something interesting. This switch is lava. I don't know why, it just is. There's the platforming section there, only a little easier. Whole level is very easy. You know, there's still the star in the castle. Yeah, there's this tower still, which I think he made this tower a bit bigger, I don't know though. And there's only 8 reds, of course. This cannon shot was also made a bit easier, because now there's not a hole in the middle. So, yeah, he made that harder Night of Doom, this cannon shot. Very weird thing to make harder, but that's what he did. And then this is, you know, whoa, that was scary. This is pretty much the usual. I don't actually think that you can climb this flag in Night of Doom, but you can in this game. Also, there's just straight up a star on the goal pole. Let me see if I can get to it. Also, the goal pole's not red, which is sad because I think the red goal pole is very pretty. But there's just straight up a star on this thing. So that's something Night of Doom can say. So if you just wall jump off this thing, instead of a Chucky on the gold tape, it's just a star. So that's that level. Pretty simple changes. Nothing too interesting, but yeah, I think it's cool. Actually, I think part of the reason why Courses 13, 14 and Courses 13 and 14 were so much easier was because this game was actually meant to be harder than, or easier than the original Star Revenge 1. Because if I'm being honest here, the original Star Revenge 1 is not a very easy game. It has some very tricky moments. And, like, there's some stars that are straight up dumb. And this game was meant to be easier than that, but then Brodu made Night of Doom. He actually did eventually finish this hack. Course 14 Night of Doom is Finney's Valley Bay. And, this course is pretty simple to recognize. So, you know, there's a town section, you know, obviously not covered in lava. Here's, you know, the usual town section. You can there's a part where you can wall kick up, but it's unlike Night of Doom, it's actually marked. So it's like, there's like a coin trail that's like, hey, you should try wall kicking here. I'm gonna look for it right now. It should be somewhere around here. I think it's this wall. No, it's not. Oh, well, that is a way you can climb up, I guess. Yeah. There's a coin marker somewhere. You know, the usual tower climbing section. Obviously, a lot of that's dangerous. That's pretty simple. More importantly, though, is that the crater is made of water. Well, that's not the crater. That's the wrong crater. I think this is like supposed to be like the Star 1 path. So the crater that he made over here, this thing, is filled with water. So yeah. So let's just go over the sections. You know, there's still the same pipe, only it's green now. You know, like most pipes are in Mario. There's a tornado to the right. There's nothing over there though. So yeah. The red coin section in Night of Doom was actually a secret spot section, and he actually put one of the red coins where it is in the original game above this pipe. So that's pretty cool. When I found that, I thought that was pretty neat. That was weird. So yeah. And now we're just gonna head over to the left, because we're gonna see the rest of the crater, which is also made of water. It's entirely water. I don't, you know, that's the main differences with this level. It's water. He actually did keep this pipe, but there's no secret spots in it. Instead, it's just a pipe that you enter and then you just climb down. There's a star down there. Then you climb up here. Here. Nice voice crack. Nice. Nice. Alright, game. When do you wanna... Alright, well, cool. It's actually not a big deal that the game crashed there because I can just enter on star 6, and hey look, I spawned where I was going. So this crater here is, yeah. Star Revenge 2 had a bit more of a focus. I don't know, I don't remember how it's like in the finished version of the game, but this demo has more of a focus on stars that you need to be on a certain act to get. So that's a little bit of a strange decision. He makes it like aware in like Star 1 or in like Course 1 or something. The last thing I just want to show is the cannon shot from Night of Doom. Okay, well, maybe not. Can't show a cannon shot if you can't get to the cannon shot. Alright, well, be right back. Oh, well, nice way to open up the segment with me getting bodied by a fly guy. I just want to show the cannon shot real quick as our last thing because, you know, if we're going to begin the adventure with dumb stuff, we're going to end it with dumb stuff. And this dumb stuff includes the fact that this cannon shot is barely changed from Night of Doom. He just made it a little harder. Yeah, let's see if I can actually get it. I actually got it. What do you know? Yeah, that's dumb. Shouldn't exist. That's pretty much it. So that's it for this first bonus episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. One more episode of the series left, and then we're done. So I'm gonna record that right now. So I'll see you guys then in the final episode of Night of Doom. Bye, I guess.